Hi guys, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, so we're starting off with a collaboration. Seems like something is now, I'm hearing imminent. Something is now definitely happening. Could have been a question before. Not a question any longer. You being as... Going into this with an attitude of you being, like, grounded, present, optimistic, like, willing to work things out, willing to try things, stuff like that, it is going to help. You being willing to participate, essentially. Like, having a good attitude with whatever this is. It's going to be helpful. So this means, too, that, like, even if situations are happening, it's about, like, really maintaining the sun in your heart through this experience, regardless of where it goes. And that doesn't mean that you can't feel everything that you're feeling. It just means to also, like, keep the flame burning still. Because we can, like, have steadiness and still feel everything that we're feeling. So it's about being back in that space. And also not getting too caught up in the game either. Because sometimes when we forget, like, what it's actually about, and that it's a trip, or that we're, like, in the middle of a play performing on the stage, we can get very, very caught up and start taking things very seriously in a way where it stops becoming fun, and we lose the sense of humor about it. So whatever this is, it's really important for you to go in and just, like, be the best you that you can be within this situation. And you may even be, like, bringing light and inspiring other people in the way that you're doing this too. That's not to say that sometimes it doesn't get serious, because that's also to be recognized as well. But it's also keeping that in the back of your head, like, what this really is. Not having yourself get so caught up that you forget. As much as you're meant to be actively participating, it's about keeping things in proper order and perspective is what I'm hearing. There may be, too, a focus on when you use your voice, when you speak things out, to do it in an uplifting way. It's going to help you keep the connection. I'm seeing you actually get help directly from spirit with something that you're doing. For some of you, this is a contract that you're connecting with. Remember, contracts don't have to be limited to the 3D. This may be something spiritual or of the higher planes. A lot of Taurus. You have a decision to make. I'm seeing you trying to figure out how to do this. You're focusing on most important decisions that need to be made maybe sooner than less important decisions. Although they're all decisions, it seems like there's a priority of what needs to be decided when, how are we going to do this, and, like, this is a choice that needs an answer today. I'm seeing you feel a sense of responsibility here. Something needs to come to an end. I wonder for some of you too, if this is somebody that you're in some way formally tied to. You haven't made the decision to end something yet. I'm seeing two people here. I'm seeing another figure come into play. I'm seeing Taurus energy be very, 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 very strong here. Like, you may really resonate with Taurus energy. The archetype of Taurus, it may be like a significant place within your birth chart that you really resonate with. Seeing you getting a flashback about something, like a flashback to a dream or to like a conversation or some sort of pertinent information. So you haven't made the choice to end things with this person yet. And I am seeing you guys definitely be tied to each other in more ways than one. For some of you, this even has... I don't know if you guys legally are married, but in a spiritual sense, it looks like you guys are married to one another, and you may feel that. There's something here about a spiritual contract between you and this person, where you guys have been, I'm seeing like even something being braided together, intertwined. You guys seem very... Other people may see you guys as being like a match together with each other. Because I'm seeing the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Usually that's a married couple too, also in tarot. When they come out together like this. And I'm also seeing the Four of Wands here. I'm looking at Taurus. I'm also looking at Gemini. I'm looking at the Sun as well. There's something here about needing to work with like your most important commitments, and for some reason, and this could be, it can be a relationship, it can be somebody that you feel like is a work partner that you're married to, can be someone within your personal life. Whatever this is, this person feels in a way kind of like they are like part of your family or part of your, I'm hearing the word clan specifically. Certain things you feel need to come to an end, but I'm seeing you didn't do anything about it yet. Well, at least you didn't, it's not that you didn't do anything. I'm seeing you did not call something out yet, or you did not make a decision, or you didn't take action on it yet, or communicate what needed to be communicated. What you feel like needs to be communicated with this person. There's a sense of feeling like you're losing, or feeling like something is, let's try to think of another word, unsuccessful. You may feel like your relationship with this person is unsuccessful, and you may have thought that it would be successful, and now something's happening and you feel like it's quite the opposite of that, and that's what needs to come to light. Like you were trying to work with this person and feeling like this is just a battle that I cannot win. You know, I've tried everything that I can, and it's becoming obvious that this just really isn't working out between you and I, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, I'm seeing there be like so many efforts to try to be together with this person, but you feel like you're at a point where there's this recognition, like we've done everything and this does not work. To have the Six of Wands come out reversed after the Lovers is something that like you tried and you thought that it would work and like you saw the potential, and then for some reason it's not working, is what I'm seeing. Whatever's going on between the two of you. And maybe you just like feel like you don't work as a unit maybe with this person, at least not right now. I'm hearing I tried to make it work. somebody feels like they have very strong guidance and that they are meant to be following this, even if it is having effects on their 3D life, because it is important to them. Someone's like spirituality or spiritual beliefs or philosophical beliefs or values or like understanding of the way that the world works. This is taking precedence over just what one is trying to be within the relationship, you know? It's the higher planes are becoming more important than just the lower planes, just like your ego or your identity, like even between you and this person. It looks like the white flag is going to be waved, but it may not have been waved yet, and you may still be coming to terms with this as well. I don't know if this has been acknowledged by the other person. I am seeing, though, that a new beginning comes after this. Like, this leads to a new chapter for you. But until this ending happens, that new chapter is also not going to happen either. And you may not be so concerned with that right now, because I'm seeing you feel conflicted about this new chapter anyway. Like, you may kind of be wanting to stop this from happening. Like, I don't know if I'm actually ready for that yet. Your guides are urging you to chill with this for right now. To find it within you to be able to make peace with this situation. And to ground, because you may be fighting over something that, like, you kind of even know that this is happening anyway, and you're still trying to fight it. I'm hearing the word terse. You may even be perceiving yourself in this way. I'm seeing you find intrigue in something, or you feel that there are sparks there, but you're kind of fighting yourself on it. This is a new beginning for you, but you are, for some reason, fighting this. Or you feel conflicted. Like, how could I feel this sense of inspiration, or like, how am I feeling touched by this right now? It's interesting because I'm not seeing it be like you don't feel anything about this. Something is calling you, and you are recognizing that you are being called in a particular direction. But part of you is like, let's fight this and see if we can kind of stave this off in some way. The more curious you are, the more open you are to receiving information, the more clarity that's going to be offering you, and it's also going to help you the best way to overcome this situation as well. Overcoming the challenges, overcoming the obstacles. I'm seeing there also be disappointment that's related to the Empress, which this can be so many different things. It feels like there may have been like some sort of unrest or a lack of clarity when it came to what it is that you want, what it is that you wanted, and needing to make a choice about that as well. There's something that's not resonating with you, but you may be having a hard time swallowing that it's not resonating with you because you want it to, but this is why you feel upset and stressed out. Because there's a choice that needs to be made, and it feels heavy. It feels like a difficult choice. But you see the truth now, so what is there to be done? The more you work with yourself and you are being as consistent, honest with yourself as possible, fulfilling your duties and responsibilities that you feel like you have right now, that you are meant to be doing, it is going to help you It is going to help you work through this. And for some of you, there is a role that you have been playing, or at least trying to play, that you're actually going to be letting go of, because you're realizing, hey, this is not a suit for me to be wearing. It's like the outfit just never really fit right. And you may be retiring that now, because that's coming to light, that like you tried to, I'm getting this again, you tried as much as you could. There's nothing to be done here. Things just didn't go in a way where this ended up being successful. It was unsuccessful, whatever this was. So the more that you work with yourself, and also what this is that you're doing, being honest with yourself about this role that you're playing, these roles that you're playing, it's going to help you make a choice. Because that's what's going to happen. It's coming down to a point where this is unavoidable, is what I'm seeing. And it's a choice about what you want the outcome to be within this situation. What's going to help you is ending whatever this is that needs to come to an end. Whatever you recognize, this shouldn't be continuing any longer. And that's going to give you the new beginning that you want. There's somebody appearing, and this can absolutely be an aspect of you. For some of you, this is also somebody outside of yourself that's coming into the picture. You may feel like there are particular things that like you are being called to do, and for some reason there's this sense of feeling conflicted about this, and I don't know what that's about. Maybe feeling conflicted about committing to this thing. What's interesting is that you have to get to a place where you're asking yourself, am I avoiding something because I don't want to commit to it and because I don't want to be responsible, or am I feeling conflicted because it's actually not something that resonates with me? Because in some ways you do feel called to what this is. However, in other ways you may feel like this conflicts with what you need to do for yourself. And so it seems like looking into this to try to get a better understanding of it and being open to receiving information through evaluation is going to benefit you. Figure out what needs to be done here. Because I'm seeing in some ways you feel like you're neglecting a very important aspect of yourself by carrying on whatever this is that is not meant to be carrying on any longer. And so this is first and foremost about your relationship with yourself, how you're showing up for yourself, and then what you're doing when it comes to you and this person. I'm seeing something about getting more information through a message. There's more information that comes through a message. The way that you perceive love and the way that you perceive connection is going through a very big change right now. And the way that you take action based off of that is also changing too. Seems like love and connection is touching you differently than it had in the past. And you may see like what you're meant to be doing about that. This this role looks differently to you now. Or this action or this behavior, whatever it is that you feel called to do. Evolving, developing. It seems too like the way you take action speaking about something is also changing too, like being honest about what this is that you're feeling. For some of you, you felt that there was some sort of religious or even social expectation for you to be with a particular person. And this could have been like your parents or society or the religious institution that you were raised in, whatever it is, was telling you that there was something particular that you were meant to be going after, you were even meant to be paired with. And this is like the vibe that I've been getting all along, but I was having a hard time pinning it until now. On the outside, people would look at you and this person and be like, oh, a match made in heaven, a perfect couple, like they just look like they belong together. However, like chemistry wise, I'm seeing something definitely, that's not the story that's being told here energetically. It's like on paper it looks good, theoretically it looks good, but pragmatically there's something else that's going on here, and you feel like you're neglecting an aspect of yourself by carrying this on, whatever it is. That may be just a note for some people that are connecting with this reading, but I'm definitely seeing that be part of it for some of you. So now this is the thing that I'm seeing be relevant for everybody in conclusion where we are now. When it comes to the love and what it is that you're feeling and you being honest with yourself, how are you going to take action based off of the connection and the love and these feelings that you really are having? And that's been the lesson. This has been a lesson in love for you. And with Saturn here, this may have been something that, for some of you, I'm hearing 30 years. This may be something that it has been really taking a long time for you to get to this place. Not for everybody. It's not necessarily that long, but it's about you getting to a place where you're being honest about how you're feeling and taking action from a place where you are doing so authentically about the connections and the feelings that you're having. And what you're committing to. So yeah, whatever you feel like you've been doing that is inauthentic to you, that's what needs to come to an end. Whether this be like your own actions or behaviors or how you've been carrying on with someone or something that you kept committing yourself to that your heart wasn't in. Because yeah, you may have had like somebody that was important to you growing up, or that you saw to be some sort of authority figure that like from their perspective they were guiding you in a way that was meant to like structure you or benefit you, but you in your heart felt conflicted about something and even felt like it conflicted with how you were meant to show up for yourself and felt like you were neglecting yourself in a way by like connecting with something or acting in a particular way that felt counterintuitive to you. That felt inauthentic. So now what do we do? What do we do here? And it's about being brave, being bold with what you're doing, being true to yourself more than anything. Because I'm seeing that this has also been a lesson with you and your shadow when it comes to what you're feeling and you being honest about what you've been feeling. because you may have been doing something out of a place of fear, like, I'm having this thing pop up and like I don't want to recognize that, and wanting to push it down because of a sense of fear. Or even like judging yourself or feeling something was like wrong or bad about you and what you were feeling. I'm seeing there be this sense of pressure that you feel. Like it could have been easier. It could have been feeling, at least on the outside, easier to succumb to the external pressure from the 3D pressure. But then on the inside, feeling so broken down because of that. Because you know intuitively like what you feel, and you know that sense of truth that you carry within you. However, like you do feel that looming pressure of the 3D. That feels like keeps you in a space where you're not able to like reach your true like light or potential, or like really be yourself effectively. Because I'm seeing you be in a spot where it's like, you know what your intuition has been telling you along. You know at the heart of this what it is that you've been feeling. But you may still be in a space where you don't feel like you're ready to be talking to anybody about that or telling anybody. And maybe you don't feel like you're open to changing your perspective yet. But you know when things are right for you, and you know when things are real for you, and you're meant to be trusting that as well. Because if you're doing anything from a shadow space, or anything from a space that feels like it's out of flow, feels like it's out of alignment, it's just keeping you from reaching the light. And you're always going to feel like you're trying to like counteract or counterbalance that, because you know something is out of balance. But until you get to the root of being able to temper this, whatever this is, and decide to be initiative and take action on this, you're still going to be stuck in this space. So action is definitely needed on your part here, I'm seeing. And to look at this very closely, and to be honest with yourself about what this is that you're seeing, what this is that you're making out. And to also give yourself the time to really widen your birth of perspective. Because you may be seeing things like very much in a vacuum right now, and as soon as you zoom out, there's a lot of insight, there's a lot of wisdom that you're going to gain. I'm seeing also like something or someone from the past clarifying things for you as well. And I mean, this can be a person, it can be memories that you have, can be so many different things. For some of you, something about chakra work I'm hearing. I'm hearing something about chakras being opened. Maybe there's some sort of like healing or a regression that you're doing, or Reiki or energy work, therapy. You are going to come out on top within this situation. It's not going to feel like an immediate thing. This is going to be a process, but I'm seeing like right now you are investing, you are planting the seeds to be triumphant, victorious, successful with this thing that you're working through. So it's like at the end of all of this, you are going to come out on top. So keep working through the process. For some of you, this is also about, like, you're going to be coming out with something, or you're going to be saying something, or having an important conversation, something like that. But I'm seeing, like, that's going to happen karmically when it is meant to. There could even be an announcement that you're making. But that's going to be later on down the line is what I'm seeing. This can just be something important that needs to be communicated. Yeah. I'm getting something about rectifying a situation. Whatever this is that's been going on, once you get... Okay, you may feel very, very worried about something and be having a hard time coping with it or feeling like that. Like, you know, when we get in a situation and we are just feeling so much that we kind of need to like hit rock bottom. It seems like that's kind of what's happening here. Like being in a space where you just allow everything to kind of crash on you. If you feel like you're not able to... There's something here about like not shutting anything out and like your process, and all of us have a different process, but I'm seeing like somebody's process here be kind of like letting themselves be completely overwhelmed with everything that they're feeling, and then after that feeling like that's somewhat of a cathartic and maybe like horrifying and beautiful experience that one has of being like completely... I'm seeing just a wave kind of like crashing over top of someone emotionally, metaphorically speaking. And then once you get to that place where you're like, I feel like I have cried all of my tears and I have nothing left, it opens you up to this perspective. So it kind of feels like being cracked open. And then I'm seeing this understanding here of like, oh, that's what my intuition has been telling me, and that's why this has been all along, and I've been fearing it, or like I didn't want to... I'm hearing agree to it, agree with it. Maybe it was something that you didn't want to recognize. You weren't ready to yet. You weren't willing yet, but now I'm seeing there be a willingness, and then I'm seeing you know exactly what needs to be done here. So without a doubt, like, you know how to go forward from this. So just give yourself time to go through the entire process of this, because in the end, you are landing exactly where you need to be, exactly where you're meant to be. And I'm seeing the outlooks of this be something that you are going to feel quite wonderful about. So, all right, let's go over the signs again. Remember, we have all of the archetypes in our charts. I'm looking at Taurus and Gemini, the Sun. I'm hearing Cancer, I'm hearing Leo. We do have Cancer here. Capricorn, Sagittarius, Neptune, the Moon, Libra. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.